Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Natan Verhovsky, your host with the most, and you are here on the Frequency of Abundance. So happy that you could be with us. Halfway through season 6, and today is a special day. Episode 13, we're looking at Be the Lighthouse. This is where you stop dragging people along and you start guiding them with your light. Leadership isn't about pushing harder, it's about standing tall and letting your presence lead. So this is for all of those that lead by example, not by force. And that's so powerful. So I want to thank you for joining us here. This beautiful environment is created and hosted by the wonderful people at Allure Creative, our corporate sponsor. And I'm going to put some contact info in the chat. Voila. And we'll be talking about different things throughout today. Obviously, the topic of the show will be the Lighthouse. And at the same time, there might be a couple invitations. You might be able to get out there and have some fun in the sun. So what I want to do, get the episode right into gear immediately. This is going to be fun. Let's set the tone. So we want to be calm, grounded, clear. Take a little Greek mountain tea for that silky smooth voice. All right. Let's do a simple breathing exercise. And this way we'll start energetically connected. We're going to inhale for 4. We're going to hold for 7. We're going to exhale for 8. This is a parasympathetic nervous system reset for you. So, in, hold, out. In, hold, out. In, hold, down. Say out loud, I don't chase. I attract. I lead with light. Now that you're anchored, now that you're here, I want to make sure that you know this is that calm, safe, beautiful place for you. At any given time, all you want to do is just be, absorb, take it in for you. Let's look at what it means to be the lighthouse. The metaphor would be that a lighthouse doesn't chase ships. It doesn't yell or beg. It shines. It guides. It stands. And that's a big contrast with a lifeboat leader. Lifeboat leaders are always rescuing. They're always burnt out. They're always feeling underappreciated. And that's different with when you contrast it with a searchlight leader. They're always scanning, fixing, micromanaging. There's constant motion, but there's no true magnetism. Lighthouse equals presence much more than persuasion. So when you embody peace, purpose, clarity, you don't need to do more. You need to be more. If you're picking up what we're putting down, give us a like, a comment, a share. By all means, it's interactive. We don't want to just be talking to the thin air. So thank you for joining us and being here. Let's look at an exercise where we can anchor you into your lighthouse frequency. This will be a simple visualization practice. Ready? We're going to go one more breath, but this one's going to be quick. In through the nose, hold, out through the mouth, hold, close the eyes, and picture this. Keep breathing. Visualize yourself. Picture yourself. Feel yourself. See yourself. Hear yourself. Smell yourself. Touch. Taste. Picture yourself on a cliff. Your body is a grounded tower. Your voice is steady light. Your energy is the signal in the fog. When you feel that you need to journal and prompt yourself, ask yourself 2 questions. Where have I been dimming my light to make others comfortable? And what happens when I let myself fully shine, even if no one follows? You've gotten through the physical and the biomechanical because now we're in a calm, receptive state. We've gone through a visualization, so we've set intention and we've put the proper motion in place. Now we've thought about journaling so that there's an extra higher element of asking. Where have I been dimming my light to make others comfortable? What happens when I let myself fully shine, even if no one follows? And now let's do an embodiment shift. So roll your shoulders back. Breathe into your belly. Speak slower, with conviction. Now, we're going to look at 4 ways, practical ways, to lead with light, not force. I want you to feel that's always going to be available there for you. And that every time that you ever wanted to reach out and know if there was a community, if there was like-minded, kindred spirits, there is. It's on the frequency of abundance. You just pop in. The chat has the link for you. You go to LinkedIn. You click. Wow, you can even type it out if you want to get crazy. The frequency of abundance. Click on groups. Boopity boop. You're there. Join us. It's complimentary. And the reason is we're blessed enough to have the incredible people at Allura Creative. And I think I mentioned it before. They're the only not-for-profit public relations house in the world. So what they'll do that nobody else can do, they'll increase your visibility, your credibility. They'll make sure that all that money and time that you already spent on your brand actually monetizes and gets back out there and gets you the things that you're looking for. So they hunt whales. They go after C-suites and executives and leaders, really, really focusing. And the cool part is, because everyone's always nervous, you go to marketing agencies and you never know what happens, how much of your time and money until something could happen. Well, they were brilliant enough to put an ROI calculator right there on the website. So if you're curious to see if it makes sense for you, you can literally do the math yourself. It's one of those wonderful things that when you let it and make it easy for other people, it helps. It helps rise the tide for everybody because it's already so difficult. We have so many things online. We have so many people in our world. We have so many different ways that you have to just close your eyes and trust. I hope the credit card payment went through. I hope this happened. I hope that, oh geez. And so there's so much that we have to just go on with faith. That's why it's so important if you have somebody that's got your back and that's doing best practices and not just best efforts. Take a minute. Let's see if it helps.
I'm excited to introduce you to Allura Creative Agency, the world's first and only not-for-profit public relations powerhouse. Our mission is to increase your brand's visibility, credibility, and extend your global audience. In short, we hunt the whales for you. Our proprietary methodology blows a dog whistle to C-suite executives, leaders, founders, and owners across any industry. Welcome to our Executive Engagement Engine trademark. That's our secret sauce. It includes 3 proprietary processes: our Engagement Ignition trademark pre-event outreach process, our Commitment Catalyst trademark butts and seats process, and our Fortune Follow-Ups trademark post-event outreach. These ensure the highest level of interest, virtual attendance, and follow-up conversations. As the world's first and only not-for-profit public relations powerhouse, what's our promise to you? Unparalleled commitment to transparency, ethical engagement, and impactful results. Partner with Allura Creative Agency and experience transformative executive engagement. Book a time to speak with us today, and here's to the evolution of your brand.
There you go. So if that can help you out, if that can help out somebody that you know, it is a blessing. It's by referral, it's invitation only. And that's why they wanted to make sure that the right people that needed a hand got it. And that's what we were coming and playing with. So let's go into the big four. These are four practical ways to lead with light, not force. Number one, energetic boundaries. Let's say less. Let's mean more. What you tolerate teaches others how to treat you. If you accept and allow, oh, okay, I guess that's the way she is. Perfect. I'll just keep doing that then. But I was just being nice. I was just being polite. I was just, tolerating. You got to get along if you want to go along. I'm like, sure, to a degree. But what you tolerate that is so out of alignment for you isn't even noticed by others. They're just like, oh, okay, I guess she's fine with that. But you're not. You're really, really not. And you need to be honest and true to you. If it's something that bothers you, say it. Set those energetic boundaries. Number one. Number two, let's share from overflow, not obligation. I want you to be overwhelmed with the happiness and abundance and feelings in your life, in your love, in your relationships, in your business, in your body, in your mind, in your health. Overwhelmed. That overflowing, over happiness, over abundance. My cuppeth poureth over, not obligation. So don't post because you should. Post when you're lit up. Your excitement is the signal. Number three, silence as leadership. Don't always rush to solve. I know, especially as men, we like to just get in there and fix it, fix it, fix it. And it's great. And sometimes it is a quick, simple little thing. And you probably should just get in there and fix it. But not always. And there's times that I want you to notice if this is a cute little micro pause moment or if this is a macro pause moment. Micropause moment is when you're sitting there and you're thinking you have this cool little business idea and you're like, ooh, what if that worked in my business? Okay. And a couple minutes later you move on. It's a micropause. Macropause is I'm going to go for a 1 hour walk in the woods with no telephone just so I can reconnect back to nature and myself. See the difference? Don't always rush to solve. Ask, what do you feel is next? And then ask it in three different ways. So, what do you feel is next? What do you feel is next? And what do you feel is next? Emphasizing you, feel, and next. That little sentence changes it. Because when you say, what do you feel is next? I'm like, well, I feel like. And then, what do you feel? I'm like, yeah, it kind of feels like this. And what do you do next? Future cast. You can do all three with those 5 little cute words. Isn't that wonderful? That's the power of being able to put something like that through for you. Now, ask, what do you feel is next? And then play with that sentence. Create a space, not just for you. And, when people say, I hold space for you, holding space for someone is good. But I want you to create space for others to rise. Like the tide that rises all boats. Yes, you don't have to be one of the boats. You can be the tide. It's a very different feeling. And number 4, let's create signal moments in your day. Schedule 2 10-minute sessions. Just sit in your light. That would be a macro pause. And just be. Let the thoughts that come. Sit on the riverbank of your mind. And thoughts are just like leaves floating down the little creek. Good thoughts, bad thoughts, big thoughts, little thoughts. Okay. Thoughts. Yeah, and there they go. And they're gone too. And for those 10 minutes, you just sit there and you watch those thoughts go by. Sit in your light. No phone, no plans, just presence. And this is going to build inner gravity. You need to be, they say that people are deep. The depthness comes from heaviness. The heaviness comes from solidarity. That solidarity comes from you confidently knowing who you are and where you're coming from. Being in alignment lets that happen naturally, and so that everything that comes out of you is nothing but light. We did talk about that. I want to make sure that you're clear. These were the 4 practical ways to lead with light, not force. Number 1 was energetic boundaries. Number 2 was share from overflow, not obligation. Number 3 was silence as leadership. And number 4 was to create signal moments in your day. When you look at 2 rooms, one pitch dark, the other one completely full of light, and if you could smuggle a little ball with you, imagine if you went into the light room that's full of brightness, and you smuggled a little ball of darkness. Okay, you smuggle that little ball of darkness into this room full of light. I don't think much is going to happen to you. Let's go into the other room. This is a room that is pitch black. You've got a little ball of light with you. What do you think happens? Now you walk into this dark room with this little ball of light, and guess what? It's not a dark room anymore. You are that light. And that is that magic. Now, let's look at some next level practice. So now we're looking at becoming the inner lighthouse. Ask yourself, where am I chasing validation? Where am I still trying to convince? And let's replace performance with presence. If you can convince others with the intention, with the eye contact, with your breath, it'll let people come to you. You get to set back, be the pretty girl at the dance, and become ridiculously attractive, magnetically attractive. That's the point, that the most magnetic people aren't louder. They're just more anchored. So don't look at it as being heavy and weighed down. Look at it as being firm and solid. That is the strength that you come from. How wonderful. Macro and micro moments are both so important. Thank you, Carolyn, for your comment. Helps you realign with your higher self and redirect what you really want. Yeah. And sometimes a micro moment might turn into a macro moment. That just means you needed to do that. That's quite important at that point. So know that there are those times, and if you don't, you'll get good at this as you go along. You'll get better at least. But until then, just be organized. So put 2 10-minute sessions aside for yourself. Maybe you only needed 1, but we don't know when it'll be. And you can't just leave it up to you to figure it out willy-nilly as you go along. That's why we need you to be a little organized. Now, along the way to your organizational path, I wanted to make sure that you knew there was some support for you and that you didn't have to go off and just do this all by yourself. If you're working on going from really, really good to great, if you're at 9 out of 10 personally and professionally, if you want to know what 9.1, 9.2 look like, I would invite you to come join me. I do a personal momentum workshop. I've been an elite energy coach for about 30 years. I started with Olympians, Cirque du Soleil acrobats, national sports teams from all over the world. Had about 15,000 people come through my hands as a coach. Wrote Moments of Power and Personal Momentum. And so I wanted to come from that place to just come back and give. That's why we do these daily shows. There's a level above where we get to go and go deep into these mental, physical, and emotional drills so that you can change your own energy activation level. Take a minute if it resonates with you. It's by invitation only, so I want you to feel personally invited.
Meet Natan Verkovsky, Elite Energy Coach, helping top performers break limits, activate their energy, and achieve unstoppable momentum. Welcome to the Personal Momentum Retreat, an exclusive experience designed for executives, entrepreneurs, and visionaries who demand more from life. Every month, top performers gather to master powerful mental, physical, and emotional drills, strategies used by world-class leaders to unlock peak performance and resilience. At this retreat, you won't just learn, you'll experience transformation, shift your energy, break through barriers, and build unstoppable momentum. Get a sneak peek at our weekly preview event, happening every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Experience firsthand the mental, physical, and emotional drills that will change your game. Success is not about working harder. It's about activating your personal momentum. Reserve your spot today.
There you go. Consider yourself personally invited. All right? Now you're in. So let's look at a couple final thoughts for you. I think one would be your light doesn't need permission. You're not here to be understood by everybody. You're not here to be liked by everybody. You're here to shine so your people can find you. You sit, you shine, you attract. That's how this works. Letting go of trying to make it palatable, just be radiant. That's number one. Your light does not need permission. Number two, let's look at shining, even when no one's watching. How could you not be you, even when no one's looking? You know, it's you. And you're kind of stuck with you for at least the foreseeable future. So shine even when no one's watching. Lighthouses don't go dark just because there's no ships passing. They stay steady, even when it's unseen. That's the true leadership. I need you to turn your light on whether there's any ships around or not, because how else would we see the ships if you don't turn the light on? People don't need saving. They need your signal. You're not here to carry everybody. You're here to be the signal that reminds them that they can walk their own path with courage. So re-listen to this episode when you're walking in silence. Journal, where have I been trying to drag people forward? Invite anyone that you know that's been carrying a little too long, invite to share them with this episode. Jump in and let us know that we're here to help you. We're here to serve. We're also here to put back into anything that we can, a way for you to genuinely rise up. And so I want you to remember, with gravity and grace, you are the reminder. You're not the rescuer. A lighthouse never runs into the storm. It doesn't panic when the seas get rough. It trusts its placement, its foundation, and its purpose, like your purpose, to be seen. You weren't called to fix everybody's path. You weren't called to hold anyone's hand. You were called to hold your own light so powerfully that others remember that they have one too. That's the work. Not to chase, not to carry, but to be so still, so certain, so luminous that even in someone else's darkest night, that dark, dark room, your presence becomes that light bulb of light. And no matter how dark that room is for them, they can't help it. They have to lighten up. Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Carolyn, for your comment. Yes, shine for you. Others will then see and even follow when they're ready, and if it's needed and if it helps them. Yes. But thank you. Gravity and grace. Well said. I appreciate that. Where we want to come and play from is really letting that gravity come in, but then doing it with grace. We can always bonk you over the head with something that's true, or bonk you over the head with like a bum 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 deep philosophical power. But that's just going to leave, a ringing in your ears. If instead we can do it with grace, the gravity will have a nicer effect, putting a nice lace handle on that hammer. Now, I wanted to invite you and make sure that you knew Allura Creative, besides sponsoring this incredible program, Frequency of Abundance, now popping out halfway through season 6, they also do the most incredible thing, Voices That Lead. So this is a podcast. Right now, here you're on my daily show. That's me chit-chatting with you a little bit in the chat and stuff. This is for you. The other one, Voices That Lead, that's for everybody who wants to be seen and heard and who's ready to step into that lighthouse role. So that's a way for you to talk about how you serve those you lead. What is your legacy? And if you had just one way to help someone else become truly limitless, what would that be? And when we answer those three questions during the podcast, that is the podcast, doing that deep dive so that the audience gets to see you through that incredible filter of those three questions. Now, if you'd like to join me, if you'd like to pop in, needless to say, it is so much fun to have the most incredible people. Take a minute, let me know. Contact info is in the chat. I want to make sure that you know there's a place.
Ever wonder what sets real leaders apart? It's not the corner office, it's the impact they make. Welcome to the Voices That Lead podcast with Natan Verkovsky, where we dive deep with leaders who put service first. These aren't just CEOs or big names. They're people making a difference, building legacies through acts of kindness, mentorship, and heart. Every episode you'll hear powerful stories, straight from those who lift others up and inspire change. Looking for practical advice, authentic conversations, or just a spark to unleash your own limitless potential? You'll find it here. Because leadership isn't just about where you end up, it's about who you help along the way. Join the community and get inspired. Reach out to be a featured guest on the program. Leaders, legacy, limitless. Subscribe to the Voices That Lead podcast. Join us as a speaker and let others be inspired by you. Become the leader you're meant to be.
And I think everyone has a chance, and everyone really, really should come through, come forward, have that chance, take some time for yourself, come back to yourself, put your mask on first, and then you can lead. Lead from that beautiful, beautiful frequency of abundance that's deep inside you. So I'll leave you with the final thought because we're going to be coming back. Today was Winning Wednesday, be the Lighthouse. Tomorrow on Thriving Thursday, living your vision daily. Friday rounds up the work week with Why Leaders Meditate. Every day, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. And then pop in on the weekend, 3 p.m. Give yourself a midday, mid-weekend reset. Successful Saturday will be Leadership Burnout is Real. And Soaring Sunday rounds up this week as we go into the final stretch for season 6. We'll be looking at leading with clean money energy. Can't wait to see you every day this week. Can't wait to have some fun in the sun and make sure that we play in that beautiful same sandbox. So I'll leave you with your Lighthouse episode final thought. You don't have to push to lead. You just stand in your truth and shine. The right people will find you. I'm Natan Verhovsky, your host with the most. This has been Frequency of Abundance. Be the Lighthouse. Thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.